What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Chris.
And we're in another slow week that we've been kind of trudging through lately. But we got 4 topics that I think are pretty interesting. So let's start with the first topic. For the first topic, Hideo Kojima has responded to Metal Gear Survive, the bastardization of Metal Gear Solid made by Konami and ex-devs of Metal Gear Solid 5. He said that, let me pull up the quote. I just put it in my pocket for some reason. The Metal Gear games are about political fiction espionage. Where do zombies fit in with that? He also said, if I had worked on that game, it would have mechs in it. Makes sense considering Metal Gear Solid has mechs in it.
That's the namesake.
Exactly. This also has to do with people alleging that he's actually secretly still working on the Metal Gear series. Obviously, that's ridiculous. But what do you guys think about, lightly, what do you think about the conspiracy theory of that? And what do you think about, what he has to say about that? Does that make sense that it's weird for him that there's zombies in his old franchise?
First off, it's the whole thought that he's still working on it's fucking ridiculous. People just need to understand that Metal Gear Solid 5 made Konami a shitload of money, so there's no reason why they wouldn't try and continue the brand, even without him.
Exactly.
First off, and just by looking at the game, you can tell this is not a fucking Hideo Kojima game.
Bendable fences.
Dope.
Never seen it in a Kojima game. That's new stuff.
That's state-of-the-art tech. I think it's funny that he actually responded and put shit to rest because, he could have just been like, yeah, whatever, who gives a shit.
One thing that I find interesting about that is I am glad they responded, but at the same time, I'm glad it wasn't some kind of weird dramatic thing where he's picking a fight or trying to talk shit about Konami. He's obviously moved on. I think the way he responded about this is just well, that's weird. I wouldn't have done that if I was going to do it. And he has a sense of humor. There'd be mechs in it. But I feel like people are trying to sensationalize this on the websites more than it really is. It's just a tweet, a real quick tweet. Him going this is what I think about it. Whatever. I wouldn't have done that. But people are like, oh, fucking Kojima has, the last say on, what's going on with that game. Or, oh, Kojima finally speaks out. I'm gaming news sites are so fucking... I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Fox News, the way people are talking about right now.
Yeah, very sensationalized titles.
Because there's really no news there, really. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. That's why we're talking about it. Anyway, thoughts? Anybody else?
I kind of understand the thought process behind the whole conspiracy theory, just because he is known for doing, shit to kind of make people think or to divert people's attention from what he's working on. But this...
Don't say that.
Huh?
So don't say that. Now I'm fuck.
Maybe he is.
I don't think so.
He plays mind games.
All I'm saying is
really
I understand the basis of why people feel that or might feel that way. Do I feel that way? No, because it doesn't even... by watching the gameplay footage, it doesn't look to have the same polish. It's the same engine, obviously, and they've taken a lot from the other game, but you look at certain things in it and they're not actually new. Fultoning people up, they've just replaced the animation with a wormhole now. These aren't things that I would really see Kojima doing. He would make a whole new animation process and everything for it, and this literally, you can watch the entire animation and they're doing the floating thing just like they do with the Fulton, and they just kind of start disappearing as they go through the wormholes.
Yeah. Well, and anything that is new, any kind of new asset, looks like it's tacked on, because it was, obviously. They took the last engine, the last game, everything in that, when I was watching the video on it, everything looks like fucking Metal Gear Solid 5.
Right.
Except for now when they're holding, melee weapons, the animations are really janky looking.
Yeah.
People just have a machete, and there's
yeah.
And some guy had a spear, and just
and just looks like not very polished looking.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris, thoughts?
I just think it's fans' wishful hopes and thinking that maybe he is still involved in the games. It really is just speculation. You can't really go on the basis of that.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's weird, and the whole conspiracy thing is ridiculous. But do you guys think he handled the responding well?
for responding, yes. I probably wouldn't have responded at all.
Yeah.
But
it's not his problem anymore.
Exactly. But it was a safe response. So
yeah. All right. Yeah, I agree. On to the second bit of news.
The second bit of news is Logitech just acquired a company called Saitek from Mad Catz, and what Saitek does is they create high-end flight sim, their peripherals, sticks, and so forth. So that means Logitech's jumping into the flight sim game.
Now, Saitek was purchased for $13 million, worth saying, and like you said already, from Mad Catz, which I didn't know they actually owned Saitek. But yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, Logitech's jumping in the game. So I mean, what do we think about that?
I thought, for some reason, I was thinking Logitech made Flight 6 in the past.
They probably have.
Maybe it was
They
just
have.
driving.
They've dabbled in a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
No, I see them in Goodwill all the time. No, I don't mean that bad. I mean, as in they probably haven't. I don't think they've done it in a long time.
Yeah. No, for sure.
That's kind of a weird backhanded little insult. I see them in Goodwill all the time.
I remember Logitech used to be really heavy in peripherals and stuff like that, and then they've kind of backed off for a while. So and they kind of focused on just making keyboards and mice,
headsets,
and
stuff like that. Yeah.
So this is probably just them making sure they get a higher quality without having to really kind of do the extra work themselves. Now they can just have that same product with their name.
Okay, I actually have a question. Do you think this ties into maybe the popularity of VR?
And I'm going to slightly connect to that because I assume this conversation would be talking about them buying that. I actually don't see that as the news here. The thing that's the news for me on this is that a company like Logitech, who's existed for a while and has already done stuff like this before in the past, has now, in my opinion, cheaply bought a company that already makes this stuff. And this only means to me that there is an investment worth making money now, meaning that peripherals are now on the rise again. Because for a while there, they were dead. You couldn't trade them into GameStop. You bought them, they were yours. There wasn't that many games. Now we're finally starting to get games that use these again. And if they're purchasing that, it means more people are using them. It means there's a market for that. Unless they just got a sweet deal and they just fucking bought it.
I mean, hell, I bought a joystick recently.
So for me, the big news here is peripherals for gaming is becoming big again. And I do think it's connected with VR, but I also think it's just connected with indie developers making games people want that people haven't been making for years.
Plus, the ecosystem has changed a lot to where developers can actually make games they want to fucking make again instead of
people are buying.
With games like Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen and the popular of all those games coming out, even games like Arma, they use sticks and stuff like that.
Use sticks for helicopters.
There's stuff to do with them again, and people want them, and they want them at a reasonable price. Like I said, $13 million doesn't sound like a lot. I'm not an expert on it, but buying a peripheral company from another company for $13 million sounds like a fucking like me giving you $5 for a car.
Especially when they're known to be making high end stuff. Like they're not.
Yeah, they make proper sim style ones.
Yeah, it's not like they bought a company who makes just janky shit like what Mad Catz used to make. They're actually known to make good stuff. So I mean,
I actually have no idea about Saitek's quality, so I won't speak on that. But
that's just from what I've read. Is that they're.
I just don't know who's writing that because I'm sure Mad Catz is also we make premium quality stuff. I'm like, you think that?
Yeah.
I just know if you look up light sticks, Saitek and one other company are usually.
Don't they make steering wheels too? I feel like Saitek makes steering
wheels. I think
wheels.
so, but they're not the one steering wheel company is. Shit, I can't remember now. Whatever, they make a bunch of peripherals though, but.
I just realized something. I hate both those companies.
Mad Catz
and Logitech.
Yeah. So, like I said, the big news here for me is a big company just bought or invested in something that I feel like is on the rise. But fuck Logitech, fuck Mad Catz. So that's where I'm at.
That's where they're at.
I was just reading
never
that.
getting sponsorship from them.
I was like, wait, Logitech?
Couple things.
Oh yeah, I guess we're not going to.
I would say peripherals were
like
pretty much obsolete. Not obsolete, but like not used very much because they were so expensive and they were so niche. Like steering wheels, you really had to be in that one racing game that could use the steering wheel. And flight simulators, where there were far and few between that actually could use a joystick, and everybody just went with mouse and keyboard for a long time because it's cheaper and it's more, it has more uses to it. Another thing, Logitech. When I hear the name Logitech, I think, oh, something I can buy really fucking cheap.
Yep.
And usually lasts me a good while. I mean, it's not bad equipment, but it's not the best, and it's something I can get for a couple bucks here and there.
Yeah, Logitech is the new Mad Cats.
Yeah.
So I don't think that. Just because
Really?
like the best headset I ever bought was a Logitech headset.
How long ago?
I mean, it was about 5-6 years ago I bought that headset.
Yeah, that was towards the death of them.
And it lasted like 3-4 years. I've never had a fucking issue with them. It was only until Danny's cat chewed through the fucking cords that they became an issue. But
Name drop.
I've
Danny Duvall.
I destroyed your controller, I guess, and you destroyed my headset.
Even. Now we can finally squash it. You got it on camera. You admitted it.
But I mean, like I said, I've never really had a problem with the Logitech, their peripherals. I bought a gaming mouse from them like a long time ago, albeit it was like $20, but it worked, and it worked better than what I thought it was gonna do. Like I said, I've never been soured by them. But Mad Cats, fuck them. They're the reason I gave someone else their controllers when they came over.
Yeah, I don't have as passionate of an opinion about it. I just know if you go into a Best Buy and they have the Logitech, Corsair, and Razer setups up, and you actually put your hand in all three, the Logitech feels cheaper.
They're made cheaper. They're made to be sold for cheaper prices. And you can tell with the quality. The last 3 Logitech mice I've had, which have not been recent, been years ago, all were garbage. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
They had horrible, like the wireless one I had didn't register very well. Felt like shit. It was really cheap feeling. It was just bad all around. Fucking, I don't know. They used to make really good quality stuff, but they have found that market and they've stuck with it on selling to people who don't have a whole lot of money, which is fine. They need to do that. Someone needs to do it, and I know they do probably have higher end stuff, but it's not at the quality that I would expect from like SteelSeries or like Corsair. Even Razer, I think, makes better products than Logitech, and I don't like Razer stuff because it's too fucking. It's from the year 2266. It's like fucking from the future. There's like 57 fucking buttons on the side of a mouse.
Logitech has one.
You're fucking typing that in to fucking start the bomb.
Too green.
In case the fucking FBI's kicking your door and from downloading shit.
All red, so.
Anyway, we got way off topic. Logitech bought Saitek from Mad Cats. I think that's cool. Like I said, for obvious reasons. Lasting opinions on that.
I mean,
without talking about Logitech.
I mean, like you said, if they see this opportunity to sell peripherals, I mean that's just neat because that means that you do have obviously something around the corner here that is going to take advantage of these, which is just more games in the ecosystem. So,
I agree.
All right, on to the third bit.
I just want to say that if it's a product owned by Mad Cats, how good could it really be?
That's where I was at too. That's why I don't know Saitek. So I know of the name, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Like I've never. I don't know. We'll see. On the third bit news, Chevy.
So for our third bit, there is a 3DS game made by Arc Systems. Thank you. It's a Dragon Ball Z fighting game for the 3DS. That I believe came out here last year. There is now a One Piece game coming out next year in Japan. There's no release date for America yet. The news here though is we have 2 different game franchises that are going to actually cross-play together. So this isn't your normal like same game cross-platform. This is literally like 2 different games being able to multiplayer with each other. How do you guys feel about this company making 2 separate franchises and taking the extra step to make them multiplayer capable together?
Man, that to me that's wild because I mean, how in the hell do you judge like power, and how the hell do you judge like how one I don't know. It's just like it's two different systems, two different fucking games. I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of weird little like sync up problems, stat problems, balancing issues. I mean, I think that's gonna happen. And it's gonna be fucking gnarly.
But if they are able to nail this is kind of smart, because then they're nailing. They're sharing a community with two different demographics of people. People who are fans of Dragon Ball Z, people who are fans of One Piece. So if they can make that work, that's awesome, because they're extending the community. Even if there's not that many people who bought the One Piece game, they're still able to play with people who bought the Dragon Ball Z game, and vice versa. Right. So that's really interesting to me. I'm just curious on how they're going to do it. Yeah,
the mechanics in there is blowing my fucking mind, because I have no idea how the fuck that would even work. Because to me it would be like pitting Soul Calibur characters versus Tekken characters. I know they're not on the same engine, but I mean it's the same. Like, how the fuck do you make that work?
Yeah,
you know,
that's not
like,
the point I was trying to make, though.
Well, yeah, I know, but still, like, how the fuck do you make that work? I mean, to where one of them's effective against another one.
That's what I was saying originally, though. Is like, for instance, let's say like, if they're gonna do what I think they might be doing, you have Keelik, who uses a staff. And his movesets are all whatever, but you're still doing these combos for him, the same ones. And then in Injustice, if there was like, Robin, and he also has a staff.
Nightwing.
Or Nightwing, yeah. They don't have to be the same looking moves, but but the combos can be the same. So when I'm fighting Nightwing, Robin...
You're technically fighting a reskin.
You're fighting somebody who's playing Keelik somewhere else. That's what I think they might be doing. And my comparison with, they already do that with games arrays. Like, Pokemon is like the same fucking game with some different Pokemon. But it's the same fucking game.
Yeah.
With that, it could be similar to that. But just different people with same combo sets, different animations. So it can feel different.
Yeah.
That's what I think they might be doing. Other than that, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
It's all speculation. Anyway, Chevy, Chris...
Let me just double check. It's made by the same. Both games are made by the same company.
Yep.
I don't see where it's going to be much of an issue. If it's both being made by the same company, they're going to have in mind ahead of time that it's going to be cross-combat or cross-play. So they're going to find a way to balance it out ahead of time. And I wouldn't be surprised if the games actually included assets from both games in them. Just one was used over the other one. That way, the games are more compatible.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about a balance issue. I'm just curious on how they're going to do it.
I honestly think it's gonna be clusterfuck, so I guess we'll just see when it comes out.
I think it'll work. I'm just curious on how they're gonna do it.
I mean,
I
don't really have a lot to say about it at this point.
We all have a 3DS.
I'm kind of interested in picking up the Dragon Ball game to see how it plays. So
I just want to see Goku do a Spirit Bomb into Luffy's Gum Gun Cannon.
For a final bit of news, Josh, bring it in.
A dev company called Digital Homicide. They make really cheap, shitty games that they've been slowly releasing on Steam. People have been playing them, writing bad reviews, and Digital Homicide has filed a lawsuit against those Steam users that have written bad reviews about their game, and is suing them for $18 million. 100 Steam users for $18 million, and Steam decided to pretty much cut their partnership because of the bullying of Steam customers. So the dev hasn't really responded to that yet, but they're still going ahead with the lawsuit. They subpoenaed Valve to try and get the information about those users, so that they can actually sue them, fucking legitly.
So their whole thing is they think this is defamation. These are negative reviews, and they're trying to make recoup money for what they think is lost sales because of it. I'm gonna jump into this. This is fucking ridiculous. This is so fucking stupid. These guys don't have a case. I can't imagine anywhere where you can sue people for having opinions. It's not defamation. They're not other rival companies lying about somebody's game to lower people's expectations or thoughts on the company itself. These people are just saying they don't like the game. Even if they never played the game and talk shit about it, I don't think they'd have a case. And I think it's really good of Steam or Valve to get them off of Steam. You said bowling. in my head, I'm thinking that they're protecting the community from a company that will maliciously try to sue people just because they don't like what they're saying.
Well, yeah, they're being bullied by
that
Digital
makes,
Homicide.
That makes Valve look bad.
Yeah.
If they have a company selling stuff on there who threatens their customers
Yeah.
with lawsuits. It's fucking stupid. They don't got a chance. And I've never even heard of these fucking dudes.
I haven't either, and I'm going to talk shit about their games right now. I've looked up quite a few of them. They all look like fucking garbage. These are literally games you literally see on like sidebars on torrent sites. Like fucking, they are awful looking, and they are complete shit. So if Digital Homicide wants to come after me, name's Josh, come get some. But no, they don't have a fucking case. If your game sucks, your game sucks. And lately I don't understand like the weird god complex that some devs have gotten. Like they're so protective about their fucking game that they're willing to either go Orion. Remember that guy? That guy kind of, I mean, he attacked people. He didn't fucking sue them, but he fucking attacked people. So like I don't understand the weird influx of developers just kind of going on the offensive here. Well, there's a similar thing too with
the guy who made Ark. I understand where he's coming from a little bit, though. People were bitching about the content
them cheap.
Of the DLC, and he said, we already sold the game that should have been more expensive to you for cheaper anyway. You know, stop complaining, blah, blah, blah. Which he's right. Like, vote with your wallet. Don't buy it then. He didn't say, like, fuck you, I'm going to sue you. You guys need to stop defaming me. It was just like, this is the price. If you don't like it, don't buy it. We already sold you a game that should have been more expensive, cheap already. I get where he's coming from, because I think Ark is worth more than they sold it for, but that's their loss when they sold it for cheaper. Chris and Chevy, you guys want to talk shit?
I mean, you guys pretty much said it. There's not really a case here, so I mean, it's literally someone throwing a fit. You know, they go take it to court. It's essentially them going, well, these guys are saying things about me.
He's saying mean things about me on the internet.
That's what I was going to say. He's saying mean things. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, freedom of speech, buddy. Get used to it.
Yep.
Especially on a public forum like Steam. I mean, it's just, there's millions of users that use fucking Steam.
Especially when you're selling people a product.
Yeah.
You're going to get fucking reviews. That's what happens. Everybody has to deal with that. Make a better product.
Yeah, their products are fucking awful.
It's insane. That blows my fucking mind.
What really bothers me is who's the fucking asshole who wrote up, who the lawyer was like, hey, I think you guys might have a case. I'm gonna write up this fucking subpoena for you guys. Like, who's that?
He might
dickhead?
think there's money, in Valve or something.
Yeah,
maybe they can start some shit with these guys and make money up with them. But
they decided they wanted to fucking call Saul and fucking he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Put on the fake neck things and everything.
Yeah.
I broke my neck reading these reviews.
Yeah. They broke my neck reading these reviews. The weight of the world on my shoulders has fucking wrecked my back.
Hurt my back, yeah. I can't stand anymore. Chris.
It's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's all really, I mean, good luck.
Yeah. This also reminds me of the dude who made the War Z, ripped people off, made them buy like $5 guns, and if you died, you lost them, so you literally just gave him $5.
Yeah.
And then he started talking shit to people and silencing them in forums. I mean, like, these people just kind of fuck their own careers. So I think this guy's going to get what's coming to him. He's already making shitty games anyway, so he doesn't belong here. And
I don't think it's one person. All
of Digital Homicide.
I was like, I'm calling it now. They're gone. Because, I mean, they literally don't have any way to distribute their games now unless they go to GOG or something.
First place.
The hell's GOG?
The
Good old games.
Yeah. Made by CD Projekt Red. I think they're
a
huge part of it. Maybe not GOG. Maybe it's but I know that never mind.
No.
I guess Chevy's just over like I think we're all in agreement here, though. It's stupid. They don't have a case. It's fucking ridiculous. Valve was smart for taking them off there. They don't belong there. And I don't think anybody's going to owe them money because there's just no fucking case.
I would almost, if even like that subpoena went through, I would almost say they would they could be countersued.
Oh, no. The customer should fucking countersue them. They
Yeah.
shouldn't have to be threatened for having opinions.
Yeah.
On a game that they purchased. They already bought it. They can fucking say whatever the fuck they want. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Do you think this is all bullshit? Do you think Digital Homicide somehow has a case? Let us know. But That's going to do it. Real quick reminder, forgot to say this in the beginning, I think, but play Journey, play Lords of the Fallen. We're actually doing Plus Club this week, because next week we only have 4 days to be doing Plus Club, and we're going to be doing Tastecast. So for scheduling reasons, we're going to be doing Plus Club. Make sure to play those games. We've all played them. We'll be talking about it this Friday. Come back for that. But yeah, like, subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr and Twitter. Tastely Game. Check us out on Twitch, Sleep Division. And again, thank you for watching. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Chris.
And until Friday, have a great week, guys, and take it easy.
Or I'll sue you.